The sun blazed overhead, warming everything in the forest. As Rilo strolled along, he wiped his brow and sighed. Then he heard cheerful splashes nearby, followed by playful quacks and squeaks. A shimmering pool stretched before him, fed by a bubbling stream. Sunlight scattered across the surface like glittering jewels, while reeds swayed gently at the edges. Dragonflies zipped above, wings flashing bright colors. Ducks waddled down to the shallows, quacking happily. They splashed, dipped their heads under, and shook water into the air like sparkling fountains. Their feathers glowed golden in the afternoon light. Two playful otters darted past, rolling and sliding on smooth rocks. They popped up with big smiles, whiskers twitching, before splashing each other with sprays of silver droplets. Frogs hopped from lily pads, croaking cheerfully as they plopped into the water. Beneath the surface, shiny fish darted in zigzags, weaving through reeds like ribbons of orange and silver. Rilo gasped with wonder, but as his toes curled against the muddy shore, fear rose. The water looked deep in places. What if I sink? What if I get swept away? The ducks quacked, as though singing, "Come play!" The otters waved their paws like playful invitations, but Rilo hugged his knees, rooted to the ground, heart fluttering with nervousness. Just then, a wise old turtle surfaced slowly. His patterned shell glowed in the sun. He blinked kindly at Rilo. "The water can seem scary, but it holds joy, too," the turtle said gently. Rilo shuffled closer, dipping his toes. Cool ripples tickled, sending shivers up his legs. He squealed, then giggled nervously. The frogs croaked in rhythm, almost as if cheering his bravery. The otters clapped their paws together, spinning happily. Ducks lined up in a parade, quacking encouragement. Rilo grinned shyly. "Maybe I can try," he said excitedly, stepping carefully toward a smooth rock. The rock was slick. Rilo slipped and splashed into the shallow water. He froze at first, but then realized he was sitting safely, the cool ripples hugging him gently like a blanket. He laughed nervously, splashing his hands. "I didn't sink!" The ducks quacked cheerfully, as if clapping for his bravery. The turtle nodded from the side, proud of Rilo's first big step. Encouraged, Rilo stood slowly. The water reached his knees, then his belly as he waded deeper. His heart raced, but he said to himself, "I can do this, one step at a time." He lifted his arms and tried paddling clumsily. At first, he splashed too hard, water flying everywhere. But the otters showed him smoother strokes, and Rilo copied, laughing at his own progress. When his feet lifted off the sandy bottom for a moment, panic rushed through him. But then the turtle called, "Kick your legs!" Rilo kicked, and to his surprise, he floated. Excitement bloomed inside him. He tried again, pushing his arms forward and kicking behind. It wasn't perfect, but he was moving. "I'm swimming!" he shouted, his voice bright with joy. The frogs croaked in rhythm, cheering. Ducks paddled beside him, keeping pace. The otters spun circles around him playfully, celebrating his brave effort. The whole pool seemed to dance with encouragement. Now he splashed, paddled, and laughed with the others. Every movement made him braver. He no longer clung to fear. He trusted the water and trusted himself to try. With each kick, Rilo grew steadier. He floated on his back for a moment, watching clouds drift overhead. His fear melted, replaced by wonder. He thought, "The water is holding me up." As the sunset shimmered golden across the pool, Rilo climbed ashore, dripping wet and glowing with pride. "The water wasn't scary," he said, smiling. "I just had to believe in myself."
Ready for Rilo's quiz? Let's dive in and see what you remember from today's adventure. Question 1. What new skill did Rilo learn at the pond? Take a wild guess. Do you remember? Yes, Rilo learned swimming. Fantastic job! Question 2. Which animals cheered for Rilo while he was in the water? Think carefully. Think. That's right. The frogs, ducks, turtle, and otters. Well done. Question 3. What happened to Rilo when he first stepped into the pool? Can you remember? Think carefully. Yes, he slipped. You got it. And now it's time for a fun and amazing fact. Did you know that ducks have special oils in their feathers that keep them waterproof? Even when they dive under the water, the oil helps them stay dry and float easily. Isn't that incredible? Thanks for joining Rilo's splashy adventure today, explorers. See you next time to discover new wonders in the jungle. Until then, keep swimming, keep smiling, and keep being curious.